Hi, I'm Jamie from Sci-Fi-vision. Thanks so much for talking to me. I appreciate it. Really enjoyed
Hello.
the season. So to start out, what can fans expect from Grace this season?
There's a sort of the writers kind of created this scenario where Grace gets a really very generous gift from her son, which drastically changes her circumstances. So, in a way, it's the same character with the same hangups and the same flaws in a completely and utterly new set of circumstances. So, I think it'll be hopefully interesting to watch, and it was interesting to play.
What do you feel that you brought that like you learned last season that you kind of brought into this season, the second season, that sort of changed the way you approached it, if anything?
I believe I tried to find some more humor in the character. I mean, the writers do write sort of sharp, kind of witty lines for her, but what I tried to do this season is lean more into that because she's a very deeply ironic character, and I wanted to put that out in a little bit more in front. I mean, there's lots of sad things going on in her life and everybody's life and challenging things, but everybody, if you, especially if you're living in hard circumstances, a gallows sense of humor, I think is really important. So I tried to, you have to laugh if things are really shitty. So I tried to put that, insert that in there in season two.
That works. Now I have to ask you because I'm in Pennsylvania. Do you have a
Oh,
favorite place in Pittsburgh, either a filming location or just kind of something that stuck out while you visited here?
I will say two places, and I'm not really a sports fanatic, but I did go to a Pirates game, which I loved, and they won, which apparently doesn't happen very often.
Not that
It was
much.
a blast. And that stadium, I do like baseball a lot, and that stadium is gorgeous because if you sit like up in the bleacher, you could see all the bridges and the water, and that was really fun. And I went to a Steelers game, which was incredibly fun. So the highlights for me was just sort of being really with all these Pittsburgh. Well, there were less fans at the baseball game. But the Steelers fans are awesome. Like everybody's wearing Steelers gear. It was really fun. That those two things stood out for me.
Very cool. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So what did you find most difficult this season?
I have to say, uh, it- this is a little not what you're asking, but driving around Pittsburgh was really, really difficult for me. Because the show is mostly fun, no matter whatever we're shooting. I really like the other actors a lot. I have a nice dynamic with all of them. They're very talented and fun. Um, and so that was great. Getting to and from work is a challenge. It's just really hard to drive there if you don't know the city. So other than that, I had a pretty good time.
Let me ask you this then. What part of her do you connect with the easiest? Like what part do you kind of, I guess, either pull from yourself or that you see of her in you?
Actually, I would say it's the opposite. I connect the easiest or most eagerly to her kind of balls out, impulsive emotionality. She doesn't hold much in. And I'm Irish Catholic. I'm sort of taught and brought up more to sort of keep this inside. So I wouldn't say it connects with me. It's one of my favorite things to do because it's very opposite from how I behave in life. So to be able to sort of jump into this character that really doesn't care what anybody thinks is really, I don't want, I won't say I connect with it. I love playing it.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Do you have a favorite scene this season that you can tease that won't spoil too much?
Yeah, all of my scenes with Rob, um, I really enjoyed, and also Mark. But there's two scenes that take place in a diner, one with Rob and one with Mark, and both of them I really, really enjoyed. They were super fun.
I was gonna say, I think the stuff with Rob was all pretty funny. So,
No kidding.
all all
Yeah,
right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Like
sure.
I said, I enjoyed it. It was nice talking to you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
You
good rest of
too.
your day. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. You too.